Kurkute sir, good morning. Can we start the session?
Hello.
Kurkute sir.
Yes, sir. We can start now.
Okay. Okay. Sir.
Korde
Okay.
sir. Korde
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Start the
Okay.
session.
Hello. May I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. Okay. Fine. Good morning, one and all. Respected guest of today's session, Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni sir. Respected Principal Dr. Yasim Gulane sir. Dr. Kurkute sir. Sanjay Kurkute sir, President of IIC, PREC Loni, and all the team members of IIC, all head of departments, Dr. Yamar Bendre sir, and all dear students. Special welcome and special thanks to our today's honor guest, Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni sir, for joining us today. I would like to mention some couple of points about Nikhil sir. He currently working as a incubation manager at KBC NMU Center in North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. Also, he play as a mentor and many more key roles in the field of Atal in Tinkering Lab in Startup India. Also, he work as a governing body member of incubation cell of Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, Amravati. Also, he is an advisory board member of MCD. Uh, in the field of research, he published 4 different patents and more than 10 research papers he published in reputed journals. At the end, I would like to share he is an alumni of our institutes and he is always being a source of inspiration and motivation for us. So it's my privilege and honor to welcome our today's guest, Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni sir. I welcome you, sir. And once again, I welcome all the participants for your valuable presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Korde sir. Thank you. It's always been a pleasure to have an introduction from my source of inspiration. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So with the permission of the faculties and host and the students, I'll start the session. Just let me know whether my screen is visible or not.
Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Just
Okay.
1 minute.
Yes, sir. It's visible. Very nice.
Just wait for 1 minute.
Sure.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. On the behalf of our Pravara Rural Engineering College, Loni Pravara Nagar, and our institution's Innovation Council of Pravara Rural Engineering College, and our Department of Computer and IT Engineering, jointly we have organized this event, which is related to Impact Lecture Series 2022, sponsored by our Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, and AICTE New Delhi. So here the guidelines are provided by IIC, Institutes Innovation Council, and as per the guidelines given by IIC, we are conducting this session today. 2 sessions are there, and after 10 days again we are arranging 2 more sessions. So 4 lecture series we are going to conduct. And as the president of IIC PREC Loni, I want to welcome to Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni sir, incubation manager at KCIIL KBCNMU Jalgaon. And the topic of today's session is impact of innovation ecosystem, startup opportunities and government funding. So our college and IIC has taken a lot of efforts for continuation of this activity related to startup as well as government funding, which is very, very important. So this will be a very good opportunity for all our participants, for the students, for the faculty members, and we are in association with all the industry technical executives also, experts also. So on the behalf of our Institute's Innovation Council, Pravara Rural Engineering College, Loni, I, Dr. Sanjay Kurkute, welcome to Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni, sir, for today's this topic and session. Okay, thank you, sir. Hand over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay Kurkute ji. So, resharing my screen, and thankful to the Institute Innovation Council to arrange this sort of sessions. I'm just full screening my presentation. Let me know if it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Visible.
Okay. So I have also shared the YouTube live stream link. The program is live streamed on YouTube so that more participants can avail the benefits of it. So we are already celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and as Dr. Kurkute said, that this is the Ministry of Education have started the Institution Innovation Council. So the objective of the this council is to aware, empower, and enhance the startup as well as entrepreneurial ecosystem activities. So regarding the same, we have the title for today's session is that impact of an innovation ecosystem, startup opportunities and government funding. So this will be context of my presentation. I'll take you through from the international level objectives to my my current serving organization in the North Maharashtra region, so that you can have the glimpse of the entire innovation ecosystem. So before that, I'll just try to introduce you a few terminologies. So what do you mean by startup? So startup means startupचा एक अर्थ लक्षात घ्या, तुम्ही एक नवीन entrepreneurial venture जे करतात, नवीन फर्म जी सुरू करतात ज्याच्यात इनोव्हेटिव्ह प्रोडक्ट प्रोसेस किंवा सर्व्हिसेस असतात. तुम्ही नवीन सुरू करता म्हणून त्याला स्टार्टअप म्हणता येत नाही. ओके, इट इज नॉट टर्म्ड एज अ स्टार्टअप इफ यू आर starting by your own. It should have an innovation related to product, process and service. Now what do you mean by incubator? Incubator word actually came from the medical background. So there were the baby incubator. ती काचेची एक पेटी असते, त्या काचेच्या पेटीमध्ये लहान बाळांना ठेवलं जातं. अशा लहान बाळांना जे प्रीमॅच्युअर असतात, वेळेच्या आधी जन्म घेतात, त्यांना बाहेरच्या वातावरणाशी सस्टेन करता येत नाही. So similarly the similar concept has been used in this terminology. So the incubator means an organization where the individual or the group of people can come with their idea and will try to scout or will try to explore the financial as well as technical visibility of it. And here we are not confining that candidate only towards the age. Okay, so incubators are not only for the students, so even a faculty can be a part of it. So I'm proud to say that a person of age 73 age of years is my incubator. I'll request the participants to just mute themselves so that there will be no unnecessary noise. Guruvarya Bhola. Now, next to the incubators, we have the accelerators, right? So incubators nurture the idea, accelerators take them to the next level. So accelerators are the organization where the startups are already in the traction or already in the businesses and they just want to scale up. So those organizations are known as accelerators. Okay. Angel investors. So these are the agencies or the individuals as well who are funding to the early stage startups or early stage innovators. Nowadays, there is one word is actually becoming a buzzword known as a unicorn. So what do you mean by unicorn? It's a startup company whose valuation is $1 billion, US $1 billion. So it approximately comes to the 7,500 crores. I'm proud to say now when we're talking in the month of June, we already have crossed the 120 mark of unicorns in the startup ecosystem. So India is the third largest startup ecosystem, and sooner we are going to become at the second largest one. Now the VCs or the private equity firms are slightly different than the angel investors. So these are the firms who are investing into the growth stage or late stage startups, right? And they actually scrutinize the idea at a very unicast level. there are plenty of the resources and the tools which are available in the universities, in the research institutes, even in the portal. I'll just introduce them to you. Now, whatever we are doing, see, whatever innovations we are doing. So as Dr. Kurkute is from ENTC background, Bendre sir is from computer background. So even the students are from various streams. So just try to remember that whatever you people are doing, that thing is actually termed in this 17, any of these 17 sustainable development goals. So I'll give you an idea. Let's say one of my startup is there. The name is Healthy Crumbs Private Limited. So that startup is actually working towards the providing the nutritional food. So what that startup is actually trying to do, they are trying to have the innovation and infrastructure, say sustainable development goal number 9, the SDG number 11, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption, right? And SDG number 17. So whatever innovation you are doing, those are mapped into this 17 sustainable development goals. So at the international level, United Nations is there. At national level, there is a Niti Aayog who is actually working in India, who is working towards these objectives. There are plenty of the central government agencies. So we are actually looking into the central government support agencies. So the largest or the dedicated portal for the startup ecosystem is Startup India. Right. So here, if you'll go, you will able to see the plenty of the resources. End of my session, I'll show you that portal as well, and we'll take a walkthrough through that portal also. So here, lots of resources, lots of incubators, mentors are available. Right. So as the faculty have introduced me, so I am also one of the mentor for Startup India. There is another public portal at the central government level by the name of innovateindia.mygov.in. So there are the open challenges are going on, and they put those challenges. You just need to contribute yourself, and you can get rewarded from the central government. As I said, Niti Aayog is there. So Niti Aayog especially have this one of the central focal point, AIM, Atal Innovation Mission. So under this flag, there are two different initiatives are working. The one is Atal Incubation Center, and the second one is Atal Tinkering Lab. So Atal Tinkering Lab is for the students of an early stage. So let's say 5th to 10th standards, and the Atal Incubation Centers, those are established in the engineering institution or at the research institutions. There is another portal from the another agency, MITI. MITI stands for Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So they have this dedicated portal known as MITI Startup Hub. So there are also plenty of the incubators. So right now, when we're talking, there are 1,000+ incubation centers in the India who are serving to the startups. Right. There is another initiative at the central level, which is monitored and looked after by the AICT as well as the IIT Delhi. That initiative is known as Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Now, this is pretty much important to understand for you people, because the institute, the PREC, Pravara Rural Education Institute, belongs to the rural area. So under this Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, there you can adopt the villages on the challenge mode, and you can leverage your knowledge, or you can leverage your innovations into the rural areas by exploring their issues. One of the pioneering agency in this innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem is Department of Science and Technology. So these are the pioneering agency who started this initiative of an incubation center. So they are not only serving to the research, but they're also pretty much supporting to the innovations. There is another Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. So they have the different centers. They have so like right now when I'm saying the incubators, so incubators are of the several types. So there are the three major types. The one is the business incubator. So these are the incubators who are actually established into the management institutions. So where technology is always at a secondary level. Okay. We as in KCL, we look ourselves as a technology business incubator. So here we are actually focusing towards the technology. And there is third one is known as LBI, Livelihood Business Incubation Center. So the MSME, Ministry of MSME, actually supports the LBIs as well through the way of KVIC, Khadi Vikas Industrial Commission. So LBI means, let's say you are developing the day-to-day products like the bakery products or masala product, the spices, right, the soap making. So these are also the entrepreneurial ventures which are come under the flag of the LBI, Livelihood Business Incubator. Now, India is a country where we are not only focusing on the technology based innovations, we are also focusing on the healthcare based innovations. So to have the focus on the healthcare based innovations, the Department of Biotechnology, Central Government of India, they have started the initiative known as Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council. So right now, when we are talking, so we are already celebrating the 10th anniversary of this BIRAC ministry. So till date, they have established the 62 the biotechnology based innovation centers, and they have supported, they're already supporting the healthcare or the biotech based innovations, right? This is one of the policy which is there in the at a national level, established by or the settled by the UGC, University Grants Commission, and Minister of Education, National Innovation and Startup Policy. Now, the reason to mention this policy over here is at a national level, they already framed this policy. There are a few glimpses of this policy I want to just mention here. Earlier, it was said that the faculties cannot have their own, faculties can only educate the students. They cannot start any of the businesses outside of their organization. But if you go through this policy, so even faculties can start their own startup. So it is not only about the having the tuition classes, but if you are innovating something, if you have any product with you, if you have any innovative service or process with you, so you can start your own startup. And I'm proud to say in KSIL stands for KBC NMU Center for Innovation, Incubation and Linkages. So in KSIL, we have the 5 faculty-based startups. So these are the faculties who are regularly working permanent faculties in any of the engineering institutions or the non-engineering institutions, and they have their startup registered under this policy. The second important thing from the student point of view about this policy is that the major issue for the students is about the attendance, right? So if you are innovating something, so with the prior permission of the institute and with your authorities, you can have the relaxation in the 75% of your attendance, right? But the thing is, it should be priorly informed. I just request Sanjay Jondreji to mute himself. The outcome of this program, I request the host to have the to just look into it, that whosoever participants are attending, the faculties and students, they can just go and register for this online program. It's a 4-week of online program given by the Government of India in association with Upgrade. It's a free course, Startup India Learning Program. So where you can start, where you can go and actually educate yourself from ideation to the product entry into the market from the innovation point of view. So it is not only government is supporting, but the industries are also supporting to the innovators. So these are some industry-led initiatives. So I4C is an initiative of Persistent. Smart India Hackathon is also an initiative of Persistent. KPIT is supporting to the innovators through this KPIT Sparkle. They're only focusing towards the energy and mobility, right? Host, I just request for a minute, just a minute. Sorry, so I will just continue. These are some other initiatives from Facebook as well. Facebook have the School of Innovations. There is an international level support from United States, India Science and Technology Endowment Fund. So they are also supporting the funding worth rupees 2 crore. The Mahindra is also having the competition for Internet of Things. The Cognizant is also having the Master Code. Tata is also working towards the Tata Crucible Hackathon, and so they are supporting to the innovators. This is the sort of support given by the government agencies towards the hand-holding. They give this legal support. The good thing which is happening towards the innovation ecosystem, that the government has already reduced the support. There is support is earlier it was, let's say you have it was a thing that you have to pay for patent. If you go individually, you have to pay for the patent for 8,000 rupees. Now the cost has been reduced to the 80%. There are early exit norms which are available. There are the funds of funds which are available. If you are a startup, if you are working towards the innovation, there are the tax exemptions for you people. You can get the fair market value for your. There are the plenty of the incubation centers which are there. There are the innovation councils which are happening over here. There are different kinds of competition and grants challenges which are happening all over the country. So you can participate into them. So these are the different government agencies which are the verticals through which the government is supporting to you. Can I request the participants to mute themselves? Gnaneshwar Sinare. Now coming to the state government policy, the state government has already established the policy by the name of Maharashtra Startup Policy 2018 to 2023. So under this policy, we will discuss this policy into the detail. So this is the approach which the state government is actually looking into, or they're supporting through this leapfrog approach. So we'll see this approach in detail. So L stands for lightening the regulatory compliances. So earlier it was to start a business or to start on your venture, you need to have lots of the no objection certificates. You need to take lots of the permissions. But now there is the relaxation in terms of the law. There is a self-certification which is available. You have the easy procurement of the different sort of norms. The compensation related to the stamp duties and registration fees has been reduced. So for 3 years, there is no stamp duty and registration fee, and for latter of 3 years, you need to have only 50% of fees. There is already an assistance in the patent filing. So the state government is having the facility that if you are filing a patent, so you need to go, if you're filing a patent, then you need to go for the getting the support. You will get the 80% of support from the government, right? There is the facility for quality testing as well. So government is already supporting you if you are testing your product from the NABL or NABH accredited lab. So you are always going to have the 80% of rebate. There are the tax holidays where you can have the 100% of tax returns. E stands for E-Connect with the ecosystem. So government is already have this portal, msins.in. So you just go to that portal. We are also coming with one of our portal where we'll E-Connect with all of you people soon. A stands for augmented infrastructure. So where the innovation clusters are getting settled up, there are different incubators are getting settled up, like academic, research, private, rural and social. And even the only thing we are thanking to Corona is the virtual support is also getting available now. So we are having the startups from even from out of the Maharashtra. We are supporting them. There are the accelerators which are available. So incubators, as I said earlier, incubators are supporting to the early stage startup, accelerators are supporting to the late stage startup, and there are the scalators also which are available in the market. So those are also supporting the late stage or the growthful startup. Even this augmented infrastructure also supporting to the school-based innovators also, right? So there are the tinkering labs which are being settled by the different agencies like Niti Aayog. They have the Atal tinkering labs over there. P stands for partnering with the agencies. So there are the industries. So even industries are coming up front. As I informed you, they're not only conducting the competitions, but they're also handholding to the startups in terms of manufacturing, processing, servicing, marketing, influencing. So those are also coming forward to be a part of this ecosystem. And there is a largest investor pool which are available: friends and family, banks and government agencies. There are angel investors, there are angel groups which are available. There are the accelerators and the incubators, even the co-working locations which are there, the VC firms, even and corporate investors also. So many of the big shot agencies or the industries are also supporting to the startups through the different funding. F stands for funding for startups. So SIDBI, the government of India has one of the agency by the name of SIDBI. So SIDBI stands for Small Industrial Development Bank of India. So they have the funds. They already infused the 10,000 crores to the startup ecosystem. There is an infrastructure fund which is available. Even crowdfunding is available. The CSR. So government is also, since 2019, government said that the industries, those who are earning the profits and those who have to contribute to the society to their 2 to 3% of profit. So that term is known as CSR, corporate social responsibility, and they can support this CSR through the by supporting to the incubators. So they are already in the process of supporting through different kinds of fellowships. And sooner, I'm proud to say, sooner KSIR is also going to start the supporting to the startups by the way of the CSR from industries. And there are always alternate investment mechanisms, right? R stands for realizing the human potential. So there are the role models which are there in our ecosystem. So even I'll request to the faculty and the students. So even if you look into the rural part of the Loni, so you can see there are so many farmers which are already innovating something, but they don't know whether they're innovating or not. So they can be your role models. So it's not something like the people like me who can only guide you, but those people can only they can also can guide you. I remember when I was there in my third year in Loni, so we started developing with one of my colleague Prashant Vikhe. We started developing the weed cutting machine. Unfortunately, that the thing was not successful, but we ideated it. And see, I am from the urban area, right? And that Prashant is from the rural area. So what we did, so he actually came up with that idea, right? But as we were computer engineering students and we are not having the access to the facilities, so that's why it was not successful. But we tried. Just remember, we tried. There are the incentives, as I said, to the students, the relaxation in the 75% of attendance. There is a faculty enhancement. So faculty can be also part of the company by means of non-executive directorship. So I'll request the faculty also to go through NISP 2019. There is the community builders through the CSR, online educations. As I said to you, there is online portals which are available to give you the free education related to the startup ecosystem. Mentors are available. So there are plenty of the mentors. I'm proud to say that in KSIL we have 40 mentors with us who are serving to the startups at no cost, right? Because they believe that if they have faced so many issues when they started their own ventures, and they don't want the people to have the they don't want people to face that issue. Sahil, please mute yourself. The O stands for organizing the competitions and events. So there are the different business plan competitions, grand challenges, startup symposia, even the hackathons which are happening. Even startup week is happening. So even any of the participant is having any idea. So the Maharashtra government of Maharashtra has already have the initiative, and the deadline is 15th of June. Maharashtra Startup Week. So you can apply to them. There are the solicit innovative ideas that there are throughout the year they have the competitions. You can go and just submit your innovation to them. G stands for governance. So e-governance, as I said, the only thing I'm thanking to COVID is the virtual support is also being possible for it. So here in this premises in the North Maharashtra region, we have settled up this KBC NMU Center for Innovation, Incubation and Linkages, which is supported by Department of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So what incubation center gives to you? What startup, what support a startup or an innovator will get from us? So they will get an access to the co-work, meeting room, computing and printing facilities, the specialized facilities like laboratory support, the product development and testing, They will also receive the financial assistance, a seed support from us. They will receive a support of patent, IP, and legal. They will get the technical and business mentoring from us as well, because you are the ideator, like you are an innovator. There are plenty of the things to start the business, so you need a support to understand them. There are the industry and government and market connect. So if you have any products, if you need a support to enter into the market or to provide to any of the government agencies, we can give it to them. The good thing about the startup ecosystem is that to have the submit to provide your product to any of the government department or the agency. There is earlier there was a tendering process, but now if you are a startup, so you can directly go and submit because you are an innovator, right? So there is no need to go for the tendering processes. So if you are a startup, so earlier it was there is a norm of having 100 employees and 3 years of your balance sheets. So it is not required now. So this is our vision and missions, primarily to support the North Maharashtra region to achieve the wholesome and inclusive socio-economic development. There is and our one of the important mission is to provide a robust platform for the entrepreneur for exploring and maintaining the entrepreneurial aspirations. These are the major 3 components of KCL: innovation, incubation, and linkages. So we take the innovators, we try to incubate them, we try to understand them, we try to see the financial and other facilities. We have the linkages. So it's not something that we can only provide everything to you people, but if something is not in our territory, if it is not coming under our jurisdiction, so we can go and ask the other agencies who can support you, right? These are our thrust areas like agri-tech, agrochemicals, health tech, polymer, biotech. So if your innovation is from these sectors, it is good. If it is not, then it is always better, because we believe to enter into the additional thrust area, right? And don't confine yourself. I'm telling to the students itself that if you are a computer engineering or if you're electrical engineering, don't confine yourself to be a part of this your stream only. So you can be a part of the additional stream. So I've seen that there are the students who were from the civil engineering, but those actually entered into this let's say creativity ecosystem, or even into the other sectors, or even the manufacturing or the best management. These are some startups which are with us. So currently we are incubating the 20 startups at our end. So these are the different stages. That ideation means they have this came with an idea with us and they started nurturing. Validation means they have prepared their proof of concept and they are now validating it. There are the startups who are already validated their product and those are ready to enter into the market. We call them as an early traction startup. And we also have the startups in the scaling phase who are in the process of who are already entered into the market, who have validated their product into the market. People started liking their product, but they just want to go to the another level. The good thing about this is the WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. They have the Global Innovation Index, and in their 14th index, they ranked India as the 46th nation in terms of the innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem. So you can see since 2017 we gradually started developing ourselves, and the fingers are crossed. But sooner we are going to see the India at a very prominent level. So within top 10. Another good thing that this the government of Maharashtra also ranked the 2nd state in the Niti Aayog's Innovation Index. The good thing about which is happening at the government of Maharashtra level. So earlier the department name was the Skill Development, Employment and Entrepreneurship, and right now the name has been upgraded as the Skill Development, Employment, Entrepreneurship and Innovation Department. So the state government is also looking forward to support the more and more innovators. So with this, I've just mentioned you many of the dots. So many of the I think this will be the plenty of the information which I already informed to you. So you should note, you might have noted these dots already. The session is live on YouTube. I believe that you will work on these dots through connecting us through LinkedIn and as the other social media, you should trust this dot, because the entire information which is given to you, it's the authentic information. You should humor those dots. Thankful. Pratik, request you to mute yourself. Pratik Dethe. You should work beyond the dots, right? You should work beyond your work timings on these dots, because it's not a 9 to 5 journey, and just not going to it's not going to just to go beyond these dots, but you need to work on these dots in long dated form. You should be grateful to your faculties on your institute because they have arranged this sort of session. And please, let's not this session be monotonous one. You should reply to us as well. You should ask the question. You should be curious to this. So with this, host, I'm just taking a pause and I'm open to the questions. Host, over to you. Bendre sir, Purkute sir, I'm done with my presentation.
Yes, sir. Sir, presentation is not visible. Your audio is.
Yes, Professor, I'm done with my presentation. I'm open for my open for the queries, and
Okay.
I'll just show you the portal as well.
Okay, sir. Continue.
So if there are no questions, so I'll just give you the walkthrough of this portal, startupindia.gov.in. So if you'll see, I hope my screen is visible. So if you'll see this portal.
Yes, sir. Your screen
Yeah.
is visible. No issue.
Okay. So these are the resources. So you can have the online courses, online learning from these courses. There are plenty of the resources which are available. So if you see online free courses which are available, category wise, you can go the cloud computing, AI, data analytics, economics. So these courses are available for you people at no cost. There are the different modules. You have this startup guidebook also. So with this startup guidebook, you can see there is the investor engagement, startup ecosystem, company registration. Step-by-step guiding process has been given to you people. If you'll see again, there are these are the marketing research reports, because when you're doing the innovation, so there is need to have the market researching for you people. As I said, the patent and IPR support facility has been given by the central government. So there are the different sort of patent facilitators. So at the central government level, you have the scheme by the name of SIPP, Startup Intellectual Property Promotion. So with this, you can get the support of 80% of rebate. There is a funding guide for startup which is already available to you people. Startup India blog is there, so you can just go and ask the questions. Right. Now, if you'll see the network, in the network itself, you can connect with the different sort of startups. You can see which are the startups which are recognized by the government. So currently there are 2,08,640 startups from the different sectors which are registered with the government. You can connect with the incubation centers. So if you'll just go to this incubator, so you'll see these are the different sort of incubation centers which are there which are from all over nation. Right? If you'll just type our name also, so we are also registered in the Startup India portal, so you can just get connected with us. Apart from this, in network, we have the accelerators and different sort of corporates also. There are the different mentors which are available in the startup ecosystem. So if you can just type my name, so you will see I'm already registered as a Startup India mentor in the startup portal. You can connect with the different government departments. You can connect with the different investors. schemes and policies, the central government schemes, the different sort of schemes from the department wise which are there, the state government policies which are also there. So if you'll see state ranking framework, so as I said, Niti Aayog has already given us the second ranking from the national level. So this is the ranking which you can able to see over here. Okay. Then there are different sort of programs. So if you want to participate into any program, so you can virtually participate. If you want to host a program, so if an organization want to host a program, you can host it. You can, if you want to partner with a Startup India, you can be a partner. You can be a partner with them. There are the international bridges which are there, so you can be a part of the international organizations also. So this is the national level portal which I informed to you, and there is now from the state government point of view, there is a portal by the name of MSINS, Maharashtra State Innovation Society. So the government of Maharashtra is already have these. We have the 17 incubators. So the Jalgaon based incubator, which is currently I am representing to you. So these are the different incubators which are there, initiated and established by the Maharashtra government. There is a Maharashtra Grand Challenge is going on. Maharashtra Startup Week is going on. You can just go and see. So if you don't have an idea, no issues, right? But you can just be an observer for it, and you can go and see for it. There is a financial assistance, like I said, and intellectual property rights. So you can see the details of it, quality testing and support, which is available there. So Startup Yatra is happening. So sooner, I think in the month of July itself, the Maharashtra government is going to have the Startup Yatra. And I'll request the faculties to just get connected with me, so I can connect you with these government officials, and you can have that Startup Yatra in the Loni itself. The business plan competition, which is also happening at the district level, right? There are the different kinds of events. There is an ecosystem. So like the central government, the state government is also having the ecosystem. There are the incubators, mentors, business compliance formation. Fortunately, Maharashtra is the first state started with the fintech policy, financial technology policy. There are the dedicated women entrepreneurship cells. It is also supporting the grassroots innovations. There is a one portal known as Maitri for business compliances. So you can be a part of it. Different resources are there. The Maharashtra is having their industrial policy, the procurement policy. Maharashtra in 2021 came up with the electric vehicle adoption policy, the labor department policies, the Maharashtra Shop and Establishment Act is there. So you can see, just go and see and observe the ocean of the information, right? So you will never know that where you can be, where the idea can be struck into your mind. So this is the one. And now in the KCL, as I said, we are here because I'm fortunately to inform that our center has been supported by the government of India under the Startup India Seed Fund scheme. So we already received the approval for 1 crore of funding, and this is only to provide the seed funding to the startups, right? So this is the scheme which is supported by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So you can just be a part of it by applying. So these are the details. This is the sort of support we are having. These are our partners which are there in which are associated with us to provide the different sort of facilities to you people. We currently do have the different two funding mechanism. From the central government, we have the Startup India Seed Fund, and from the state government, we have the MSINS. The university which is associated with us, Kavitri Bahinabai Chaudhary North Maharashtra University, they were so generous that they also started supporting us with some seed fund amount to the startups. We have different programs like pre-incubation program, incubation program, VC challenge, ideation challenge. We have the facilities, we have the mentors with us. We also conduct the different sort of events. I'll just show to you. Let me see whether it is there or not. So if anybody is interested to know what sort of support we are actually giving to you people. Just a minute.
Sudarshan, Shubham, you are not audible. I think.
So this is the sort of support we are actually providing to the startups. If anybody wants to apply to our incubation program, so we throughout the year we ask for the applications. Through our internal evaluation team, we try to scout the innovation and the business from that idea. Then if it is got selected, you can present your idea to the people, to the evaluators or the sector expertise. Once they finalize it, you can go for the funding, and you can ask for the funding and deciding the goals. So you will get the need-based approval from our end, and it is not something that we are only providing the funding. It is something that we are also providing you. We are also nurturing you to different sort of programs, different sort of initiatives like design thinking, creative thinking, setting the goals, the legalities, the IPR support, right? And we do have these bi-monthly progress report. And though it seems to be a unidirectional, but it's always a circular process with us. So once you are with us, we start supporting you people, right? This is the another initiative which are able to see that we are already, Maharashtra state is already at the top. So whichever are there in unicorns which are there who have the valuation more than $1 billion, so there are 25%, means 11 unicorns are from the Maharashtra itself. So even in Maharashtra, there are 32,662 startups are there, which are government recognized. And fortunately, in this region is known as Khandesh, not Maharashtra region. So we already started our first batch with the 20 startups. So even if you are based out of Loni, so there is no need to worry. You can get support from our end as well to the different sort of mechanism. So these are my social media links through which you can follow me. You can follow, subscribe, and like my post. So I'm regularly posting the different sort of initiatives which are there from the government. So host Dr. Sanjay, with this I've done with my presentation. Over to you.
Hello, sir. I am Bendre, sir.
Yes, Bendre sir.
Okay, we will wait for 2 to 5 minutes. If any session or any kind of discussion is remaining, then we will conclude the session. So Nikhil sir, first of all, thank you for giving the opportunity to us to present your innovation and startup things here with students and all faculty. So first of all, thank you to you. And if any questions from students side, so we will take some few minutes for discussion also. Yes, Nikhil sir.
Actually, we have to have the conclusion session of this. That means everyone can get idea about the overall session, the points which we have included in the presentation. So I will request to sir to have these things. That is conclusion points which are very important. You can focus on that, please.
Okay, Dr. Sanjay. So few of the concluding points for my session is, first of all, for being an innovator or for being a startup, there is no limit for your age, or there is also not a limit for your stream. Second important thing, for getting support, it's not the thing you should be physically incubated somewhere. Third important thing is faculties can also start their own startup. This is pretty much important for the faculties, because if you are supporting the students, and if the student is starting their own startup, so faculties can also start their own startup. Next point would be, if the student is working towards any of the startup or any of the innovations, so they can avail the relaxation in the attendance, the 75% of mandate of attendance as per the NISP, National Innovation and Startup Policy. From the Government of India, plenty of the free resources are available, which I've shown to you. The fundamental resources, I request all of the participants. Now I'm observing there are 84 participants in this. So I'll request you people to just go and register for the Startup India learning program, so that you will get an idea of what is the startup ecosystem, how to ideate, how to innovate, how to find a business out of it, right? So you can go for the this one, the web-based program also, the web-based program, and there is Android app also available, so you can just go to the Play Store. So for you people, I have posted the link as well, the Startup India learning program link, so you can just go and register and get know more about this ecosystem. So Dr. Sanjay, these are few concluding points from my end. So I'll request the student as well as the faculties, if you have any questions. I'm curious to answer your questions.
Sir, one more very important question, that which are the various funding agencies where the students or faculty can apply for their innovative or invention level type of work?
Okay. So what you people can do, you can just go, as I said, you can just go on the Startup India portal and you can just navigate the incubation centers which are enlisted over there first. Second, as I already told you, you can submit your the participant can submit their innovations to us, because we are government incubator though we are not in North Maharashtra, but you can get connected with us. The physical jurisdiction is no more, and regularly go and observe these portals, the Startup India portal, the Meety Startup Hub portal, the innovateindia.mygov.in portal. So on a regular basis, there are plenty of the competitions are going on, and you can just go and see those. Even state government portal, as I shown to you, MSINS, Maharashtra State Innovation Society. So you can go and see the portal on a regular basis. So these are this is the sort of support which you can take for your own innovations, and you can go and apply.
Okay, sir. One more, I want to request you that I think 84 or 83 participants are there. We want the attendance of all these participants. Sir. It is mandatory for us.
Yes, sir. For that, we have shared one feedback form that will collect attendance also and valuable feedback also.
Okay. And we have to share the feedback link, and
Sir.
thereby each participants will get the e-certificate also. Bendre sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you share the feedback link on the chat box, in the chat box?
Yes, I have shared it on WhatsApp group also, and here in the chat box also.
Okay.
So first of all,
Okay.
all the students required to register their proper full name that will be appear on the certificate. In addition, with the feedback, and lastly a small e-assessment regarding this innovation and the startup ideas or digital India concept. So after that, the particular certificate with name will be given to that particular participant on their name. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Kurkute, I have shared my social media links, the QR codes in the chat box, so you can just share it with your students as well, so they can be connected with me.
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay. So if there are no more questions, so I'll take your permission to take a pause over here.
Yes, Kurkute sir. Give thanks to Nikhil sir, and then we will conclude.
Okay. I think today's session, near about 83 participants were there. Many of the participants were joined through YouTube link also. And so near about, I think from our college side, 150 participants were there. And thereby, many of the participants, they have taken participation in this event, the session, impact lecture session. But the purpose behind this session was related to our Institute's Innovation Council. So here, Pravara Rural Engineering College, Loni, we are conducting many such kind of sessions, as well as many of the events related to startups. Separately, we are having one startup head in our Institute Innovation Council. Mr. Kabudke, Professor Kabudke sir, he is looking after this startup head. Whereas for the innovation patent, we are again having different faculty members, and we have taken help of many of the industries also. And in last month, we have got very good response from the students related to patent and startups, startup activities. So here you will find that many of the startup level projects we are having. One of the project which is we have got permission from Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rauri also. And some of the titles I want to highlight in front of the speaker also and all the participants, that is related to modern technique to develop model for smart road. That is one of the topic which we have identified for the startup point of view, and that is under civil engineering. Then hybrid speed breakers for erection of drainage pipeline like this. So that is also one of the startup which we are doing under civil engineering now. We want to excel it. Then public complaint starting for smart city using image processing, which is under IT department. Then one more startup which is sentiment identification using Twitter data machine learning. That is also under IT department. Then again, there are so many other startups also, topics also, which our students are carrying out in mechanical department. So two bottom reversible plow is there. Our student, they have developed a very good design for development of this plow under mechanical engineering department. And there are so many students from ENTC also, electronics and telecommunication engineering. They have developed their startup in the field of that is sanitary napkin machine. Okay. And then myself, I have developed one e-mobility EV bike having this controller design, then rough and tough for rural and urban peoples, where we can carry the load of 400 kg, and the what we can say, the speed of the bike, it is 100 km/h. Whereas the mileage of the bike is also designed for 100 what we can say 100 km. Now we are going to have a AI and IoT based design in that. So that type of startup we have started. So this is all about the idea that the purpose behind taking this session was that everyone can get all these idea, that all the departments and students and faculty members as well as industries, they are coming together, and we are putting our efforts for doing all these activities, such kind of activities. So on the behalf of our Pravara Rural Engineering College, okay, I want to welcome to Mr. Nikhil sir, Nikhil Kulkarni sir. We are most thankful to Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni sir that he has given a lot of information regarding all these startups and this topic which we have initiated today, that was startup opportunities and government funding, and the impact of innovation ecosystem. That is very, very important for nowadays for all the students. Simply doing the engineering or completion of the degree, that is not the thing nowadays. Nowadays, people should come up with their ideas, and if the ideas are very good, naturally, all these agencies, they are coming up from the government side, from the college side, from the industry side. Everyone is coming together, and our today's speaker, he is also having all this type of experience in this field. So we are fortunate that Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni has given a lot of time and lot of information to all the participants on the behalf of Pravara Rural Engineering College. Our principal, Dr. S.M. Gulani, sir. Then from the side of Pravara Rural Education Society and all our departments, that is computer department, IT department, they have taken initiative for conducting such kind of activity. So I am very much thankful to our today's speaker, Mr. Nikhil Kulkarni sir. Then I am thankful to our computer and IT department and all the team of Institute's Innovation Council. Okay. and all the participants, those who are attending this session, we are very much thankful to all. Okay, thank you very much. And in future also, we are looking forward to all that they can come and join us for various activities. In the afternoon at 2:30, again, we are having one more session related to IPR. And many of the students, they are having their idea, very good idea, and that is patentable level ideas. So we want to, what we can say, give this opportunity to the students also in the afternoon session. So afternoon session is also very, very important. I will appeal to all the participants that without fail, you can join at 2:30 p.m. And that session is, I think, on Google Meet actually. Google Meet link we have provided in the message. I will request all the participants, please join this session also. And one more advantage I want to highlight, that is related to IPR or patent, that we are going to provide one agency that they will take care about all your drafting, then attorney level work, and we can say from start to end, all the process will be completed by our one of the agency which we have already having tie-up with that agency, and that will be the biggest advantage for all the participants in afternoon session also. So once again, thanks to all Nikhil Kulkarni sir and all our college team also and all the participants also. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay, Bendre sir, Kurde sir.
Is it okay, Bendre sir?
Thank you, Nikhil sir. We will conclude here now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kurkute sir,
Okay.
for giving
I
opportunity
think
to us.
how many 64 participants are there? Can we have national anthem now for conclusion of this?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Let us join to the national
Nikhil
anthem now,
sir, we
please.
will take 2 minutes and then we will continue.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाये तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे भारत माता की जय।
Jai.
One and all.